Yeah. When I first saw it, I didn't really think anything of it because I've seen him kind of do that same thing like a couple of times this year. So I was like, I think he's gonna get back up and go. But then they were like, yeah, you're going in, and I was like, all right. And then it felt kind of similar to the Zion moment last year when I just kind of got thrown in there on third down, and I just went out there and tried to do my job the best I could.
Before we go through the whole game, tell us about the 2-point play.
We call it Q47. It's a QB run, and then we had 4 guys in the backfield, so we had a penalty, and then went out there and ran it. I tried to get the ball across the goal line, and we failed.
So did you feel like you've done this before. It's not a new thing for you. You look good playing. Did you feel about like you always do, or did you feel even more prepared than you normally do, kind of doing that, coming in off the bench?
Well, I think every week I take pride in trying to prepare like I am going to play, even though I might not ever play. So I think just staying steady in my preparation each and every week, I think helps me to be ready when I go in. And then throughout the game, we have the mics in our headphones, so I can listen to the whole game with Coach Des now, which is pretty awesome. So I went out there and I knew kind of what they were running on defense, and we watched film on the sideline, so I was prepared and ready to go.
Was part of that preparation, kind of watching what they were doing, you knowing that if you needed to kind of tuck and run that you could and you could pick up some good yardage?
I think as I watched throughout the week, I think they left some open lanes in the QB run lane, so I knew if my progressions weren't there, I could kind of improvise and make plays if I had to, so I just kind of went off my instincts and played.
Coach talked about that, you like to go up tempo. That's one of your things. Do you feel like you thrive under some type of controlled chaos out there?
I think we call it controlled chaos, so I think going fast is definitely fun. We just stay up tempo, keep the defense on their toes, so I think that's fun, but I think ultimately if we could just slow the game down like we usually do, like we did in the first half kind of, or any time this season, I think that would also help us out a little bit. But, I mean, we were down, I think, what was it, 21-3 or something like that. So we had to we were on the sideline and coach was like, yeah, we're going to go hurry up mode, 2-minute mode for the rest of the game. So I was ready to do whatever we had to do to win.
Speaking of defense, what can you say about your defense kind of giving you guys opportunities to get back into this thing?
No doubt. I mean, they played a phenomenal second half, and they gave us all the chances we needed, and we just fell short at the end.
What do you think the problems were in the goal zone? Because if y'all had gotten it done, you would have won the game. It just couldn't seem to get it done in the goal zone.
I can't remember exactly what plays we had, but I think some plays we had some bang plays that we fell short on. And so if you can't score in the goal zone and you settle for kicks, that ultimately they win the 4-point play. And that's what happened tonight, and that decided the game.
How ready? I know you are, but just talk about being ready, like if you have to play next week or whenever, like talk about that situation.
I mean, I'm just going to – whatever the team needs me to do, I'll do. So if that's sitting back again and Ben comes back, I'll do that. If he puts me in the starting role, I'll be ready to go. And we're going to finish the season the right way, and we're going to go out there and clinch the West.
Being a veteran guy like you are, you know how to command a huddle, you know how to command a team, you've done it for a long time here. What's going to be kind of the mindset, what's going to be the message from you this week as you guys prepare to take on Troy on Saturday? Well,
obviously it's bouncing back. I think so. Every week we have a team meeting, and I try to come up with something that kind of relates to the week. So this week it was kind of opportunity. We had an opportunity to clinch the West. We didn't do that. So I think this week I'll reiterate the opportunity we have in front of us, which is to clinch the West again. But I think it's just bouncing back and showing our resiliency and coming back after a loss. We haven't come back from a loss since we played Tulane, which is awesome. But, I mean, it's a chance to show our resiliency and bounce back ultimately.